Oi oi, in this video I'm going to cover how to sell items. And I get this question asked lots of times, how much does this cost? And I tell them, look it up on Wakfu Elements. So I'm going to make a tutorial video of how to use Wakfu Elements in order to sell things. I'm sure you can type Wakfu Elements into Google. Okay, let's start with selling some equipment. Let's start with just typing in gobble. There's lots of gobble stuff, so look, we got a nice long list. Okay, what I tend to do is press level up or level down, ascending and descending. I want to get a low level gobble item. Let's grab the breastplate. Yes, I have very fast internet, as you can see. Okay, so just in case it wasn't there. Okay, so we've got a nice graph in front of us with lots of lines, and we've got our gobble breastplate. Okay, I'll start with this graph is all the different prices the gobble breastplate has been sold on the markets. Okay, so this website is able to record the sale price of all the different items at various different times. Okay, I'll explain the 0%. How this part here, this is the origin, 0%, and this is the base. So the percentages go up and down according to the original base on the origin point, I don't know, day 1. There is varying time scales of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, year to date. I won't bother explain that. 1 year and all. So you can change the different time scales, because it depends on the item. If the item's very new, it might not have a whole month. However, it might be interesting to see what it looked like 6 months ago. You can also use this little slider at the bottom to keep within your 6 months range, and then just slide through and have a little look. Okay, let's look at the different colours. So we've got 3 colours. So we've got Nox in yellow, Remington in blue, Dalfora in green. I play on Remington, so I'm only going to focus on the blue lines. Okay, so on the, as it says, the 29th of November, a gobble breastplate sold for 67 camas. Let's, as you can see, using the graph, it's gone up a little bit. Oh, it went down, it went up. Oh, it hit rock bottom. Wow, it skyrocketed, went down, went up. And then here we are today. So it's at 43. So it's actually less, 35% less, but I won't worry about that too much. Now the significance of this is, using the graph, you can see the price difference for gobble breastplates isn't a lot. 67 camas and 43. 67 camas is such a pitiful amount. That's like mining a whole rock will probably give you that amount of camas. Okay, maybe not quite, but it's a very small amount of camas. So the price difference is barely anything. But you can still see that, so the price is kept fairly regular. Certain other items, let's type in Wabbit. These are sort of new high level items. Let's pick this one. So this has got a very different curve. So it started out very, very cheap, and today's price Well, okay, in terms of camas, it's still pretty much on the low side, but you can clearly see it's definitely gone up. Now, the important thing of this is you can, as it gives you all the time scales, you can see all the trends. So you can see if the price is going down or it's staying stable, which this is what you should be doing. This is like massive. This is how you can sell items and make money. Okay, let's pick a resource. I can't multi-type properly, so let's do ossa powder. Ossa powder is what you use to restore a pet's HP by 1. Oh, thank you, Wakfu Elements. Okay, so at the start, let's just do 1 month. At the start, it was 27 camas on Remington, and at the end, it's 66. So wow, it's gone up quite a lot. But as you can see, so it had its peak. I didn't mention, every time, if you gently scroll along, every time someone sells something, you'll get a new indicator. Now, certain new items or rare items, for example, let's say the Nox server dropped 10 of them, Remington dropped 1, and Delphora dropped 4. It's going to be a very unusual graph. You'll have Nox all over the place, and you have Remington as one straight line, and you have Delphora just jumping in between the two. So it's just something to bear in mind. Okay, let's type in another item. Or let's have a look at another item. The Wild Wabbit Crown. Let's have a look. It's got no graph. What's going on? Okay, certain items. This means the item has never been sold on any of the markets, according to Wakfu Elements, which may well be true. I'd also assume, to a certain extent, that the item might not have been dropped because no one's tried to sell it, which would be a fair conclusion. Other things to mention, I'm not sure what the refresh rates are. For example, I'm not sure if the information is instant and live. I also think there might be a small issue with, let's say there was 2 items that sold on the same day. One sold for 1 camas and one sold for 1,000,000. I'm not sure if Wakfu Elements will say, oh look, the average was 500,000. I think it will take the last price, which you could argue gives some differences, but it wouldn't matter too much. If you look really far back to certain items, you'll see that the camas value is exceptionally low. That's because they multiplied all the camas on the game by 30. So the items, the prices are going to be really low in terms of camas, so I won't worry too much about that. Okay, let's grab Gobble Cape. Yeah, let's do a year. Can you see a year ago the capes and stuff was worth like Raymond didn't even exist, muhaha, 10 camas. Well, today they're worth 50. But the camas got multiplied by 30. So if that was worth 10, 10 times 30 is 300. So it's actually massively reduced in price. So today's price, it used to be, last year it was worth 300 according to Nox, and now it's worth 50. So that's a massive difference. Oh, as I showed you with the wild rabbit hat, it might not have a graph. Now some of the graphs, I'm not sure if it's just my internet, but sometimes a page will load up and you'll have the graph, but it won't have any information. But if you try to mouse over, you'll get the numbers. So bear that in mind, that sometimes the internet browser or Wakfu Elements perhaps might let you down. So if you can mouse over like this, even if you can't see the graph, you can see the trend. So I can say, oh look, on this date the price was this, it was this, and then this. Just to repeat, so the massive thing with this is whenever you want to look up the value of an item, use this website, and you not only can give it the correct price of today, you can see the trend, so you can see if it's going up in price, down in price, or maintaining the price, so you're maximizing your profit. I wouldn't bother with low level items doing this for every single item. For example, as we can see, this gobble cape is not worth a lot of camus at today's price, so I wouldn't bother for low level items. I wouldn't do this for every single resource either. The classic way is to get an item and say used in. So what is it used to make? So if, for example, you're using a gob cape and you can see the gob cape is really good, which it isn't, then it'd be worth camus. Okay, well that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.